Hello, I'm bassoonist Inga Maria Klaucke, and I think I've been with Solomon's Knot actually pretty much from the start. Yeah, and it's certainly a group that I very much enjoy being part of. Some of the most motivating and rewarding concert experiences, and also, yeah, just the whole rehearsing together and coming together as a group are something that is very important to me. I very much perceive the whole working together as such a ongoing process and development that every step seems really valuable and special in its own right. Making the live CD recording was somehow particularly intense. Somehow having a product in your hands when usually we so much focus on the live performance, which then happens and leaves strong traces, but is actually basically gone. It's also a nice difference and maybe something we could explore more. But yeah, I have many happy memories from many special highlights, I say. Performing with Solomon's Knot is just always very, very personal somehow, I feel, and that is because of every individual's personal involvement, I find. So both rehearsing and then especially performing very much relies on that, rather than having a central person to focus on who directs the flow of music or bundles up collective energies. So because we create all that in the moment ourselves, I do think it always sounds a bit weird to speak of energy, but that is a very special energy that somehow includes everyone on stage. And from the beginning, I've always somehow felt this trust and safety in there, that you can actually go to your personal limits without having fear that somehow that wouldn't fit. And I think that's something where we can bounce off each other a lot very well. It's also the contact during the performance, or it's just there between singers and then instrumentalists, and everybody having their own role, but also very much being part of the whole. And I think that whilst the singers, of course, through the memory thing have more direct interaction with the audience as well, I think that because of this intensity within the group, that also carries over to the audience very strongly. And likewise, what we get back through the flow of a performance like that is just very special. As usual, for any project, I prepare my part and make sure my material is in place. As a reed player, always I have to make sure I have flexible enough reeds to cater for various contexts, because we typically are quite a small instrumental ensemble. Then the dynamic range is very important to be able to contribute to both more delicate pieces and really large tutti sound. Then generally, as instrumentalists, we don't memorize our parts, but of course we do need to know them very well, and ideally also know context of the score and know which function one has in a larger scoring. So these are all things that prepare mentally and prepare playing wise. Now when I do memorize parts also, that's of course a whole different story. Then I think memorizing is quite an individual job, and for me personally it has a lot to do with knowing the piece well, but also just having to play a lot, because it's not just your mental memory, but very much your motoric memory as well that you need to just train. So it's also a very nice process to go through for oneself. Yeah, in that context, of course, I very much recall our concert at the Proms in August last year, where we played these amazing Michaelmas cantatas, especially Cantata 149 has this very prominent bassoon part, where there's a duet with the alto and tenor and obbligato bassoon, which then after I've always said that I found it important that also instrumentalists do things by heart and from memory, because it makes the interaction on stage so much more immediate and intense. That then I, of course, also very much wanted to do that. I found that an eye-opening experience, really, because for us instrumentalists, especially in orchestral contexts, it's so rare these days to have that experience of being at the front of the stage. Yeah, I very, very much hope that we can go back to working together, and because we keep exploring the boundaries of our format of at the moment, typically the singers doing things from memory and the band being as flexible and participating as possible, that I think there are still lots of other aspects we can explore more. I would personally also very much love to explore French Baroque music, maybe with more instrumental participation as well. Of course, I'd hope for that. I really hope we can all carry on together again soon.